Hi friends, this is an extempore. So I saw this video on YouTube, so you can go and watch this video. Now my problem is starting with this title itself, that women do not want hard jobs. uh, do men want hard jobs, or who wants a job of working in a manhole? As a person, as a humanitarian, as a person who believes in self-respect, I believe that not a single person in India should do a manhole job, which is one of the pictures in this, right? And the another picture is somebody repairing wire or something, and then there is a person in uniform, in military uniform. So by saying that women are not on field, it is a disrespect to a lot of women who are still on the field fighting the war against Russia in Ukraine. And not only in Ukraine, even in India, during lockdown, during COVID, there were a lot of women deployed everywhere, and they were doing really great job. They were pregnant and still they were on the field. They themselves got COVID along with their kids, and still they did their duty. Now, this kind of undermining of women potential is, of course, disgusting. The last thing is that if such kind of comparisons will be made, they really undervalue the importance of the preferences and the opportunities. How many opportunities a woman gets in her life to maintain a good health, good physique, good career, good love life, or even to have a hobby. So this is not sane to even say that women want or do not want a hard job. How many women in India have the liberty to want anything for that matter? If you're wanting something, it questions your very existence at times, because they do not expect you to want. Who? The patriarchal society at times just don't expect you to want anything. What do you think that women in Wheel, in Haryana, or in the remote areas of India can expect to want? How many wants of them can be fulfilled? Can they even say, even once in their life, that they want this thing? And these women in Haryana, they are farmers, and in Punjab, in Bihar, in a lot of rural area of India. Even in Chennai, I have lived in Chennai. I have seen these women working in construction, on construction sites. Even in Delhi, when they are pregnant, still they work on construction sites, carry the bricks. Is it fine to say that women want a hard job or do not want a hard job? See, there is no easy job for a woman. Even to be born, they have to struggle a lot. The female feticide is still the real case. Dowry death is still a thing in India, and there are women who are made, who are daily wage laborers, and they are doing a tough job, and that too by going through multiple abortions, because they have no control over their body. So the members of their family force them to go for abortion if there is a female in their womb. So one female is being tortured to get rid of the another female who is in her womb. So I think this is quite unfair to even talk like this. I don't know what mentality of such people is. I really want to respect somebody's perspective, even if it's different from me, but your perspective is fatal to women who are struggling on a daily basis to survive. And through all this, we should not forget those women who have worked really hard and have got a name for themselves, and sometimes they have even sacrificed their lives, and sometimes they have given their whole life to a cause. So we have Mother Teresa, we have Kalpana Chawla, and women are even prime ministers in many countries in the world right now. In a basic social science book of 9th or 10th standard, students are taught how the families spend less on women education and they spend more on the engineering or B.Tech of their sons. So a barrier is created right there. Have you noticed that in 10th and 12th there are toppers who are mostly female, and the female pass percentage is also higher than boys by at least 10%. Now I'm not saying that the boys are not intelligent, it's not like that, but we also do not want to be judged by what we achieve after 10th and 12th. Of course, it is important to see how much we achieve after that, because that's where we are resourceful for our country. We start earning, our labor gets monetized, and we start making money if we are working and if we are in the job market. Everything is important, but it doesn't mean that you are going to make statements that women want this or want that. We have rare times where we can make choices. Most times our subjects are decided by the family. Most times it is decided whether we are going to pursue our career after that or not, and if we are going to pursue, what kind of career we are going to pursue. And trust me, there is a wholesome portion of the male mind in making those decisions which decide about a female life. So the thing is that if we have to come out as a developed society, firstly we have to stop judging ourselves and we need to empathize more. You need to see where a person is coming from before making a statement on that person, right? So the thing is that if some women have made it good, so you should not say that okay, there are only a few, they are exceptions. You need to understand that only a few women get the chance, and sometimes they're just trying to escape the adversities of life. So if they are trying to escape an acid attack, and if they are trying to escape rape, harassment, kidnapping, now these are not even the things about which a guy thinks before deciding which career he has to take, and he has a lot of control over what he wants to do in life, right? So as a woman you have to see that if so there is a lot of harassment of women within the family. So if they want to escape the family atrocities, they want to get married off early, but for that they also know that it comes with a compromise, because you never know how the other family will be. Now if you want to escape acid attack, or if you want to escape some kind of harassment, sometimes it also leads to bad decisions. Because so for example, if you have left your home city where you could read or study at a lower cost, now you have to change your city, you have to change the place where you are going to the college, and you're living in a hostel. So you have to manage your expenses, and then that comes with extra burden. Maybe you are doing some part-time work which is affecting your studies. So there are so many external factors which guys don't have to think, but we have to. And then the daily struggle of being judged for what we wear, how we speak, how we even sit. I was judged for how I sit when I was in 7th standard, and that was the first time when I was judged, and I was like, dude, is this going to continue for all life? And yeah, dude, this is like that. People judge even now, and it's not going to stop anywhere anytime soon. So we have to think about a lot on how we conduct ourselves in a social scenario, for which guys don't have to put an effort, so they can be more focused, they have less distractions, or at least their distractions come at a choice, not it's not a compulsion, right? So if you have crush on someone and you are distracted because of that, so it's a choice. It's not that you are thinking every time, even while studying, even while eating, that okay, whenever I go out, there are a bunch of guys on that side of the road who are going to stop. You don't need to be prepared all the time with some kind of mechanisms to avoid any untoward situation when you are going out. You don't need to be prepared if some professor is eyeing on you. You don't need to be prepared if your situations are made tough because you did not say yes to someone in school, in college, or in job. Is asking for some basic understanding, for some minimum empathy too much? And if it is too much, trust me, I'm not even asking. If you don't have this empathy, good for you. I'm not even looking for it. And most women have just given up on convincing or making their case. They just shut up, they just do their work, and they just try to manage their resources with whatever salary they get against whatever labor they give. So according to a WHO report, only women work on an average 2 hours more than men, and at times their labor is unpaid and their salary is less than guys for the same work. And I'm not asking you to increase your salary. I'm not asking a common person to fight a whole war and get women all their rights. Don't do any of that, but at least don't create more problem. At least you can read, and at least you can be informed, and if nothing, at least you can be empathic. And if you don't want to be empathic, good, good, good. I'm not even interested. Yeah, so just to wind up now, so if you have a perspective on women and if you can manage to read, please do. If you can manage to see what women suffer through, please see. If you can talk to women, what are their problems and how much you can relate to them and how you can help them, do. If you don't want to do, good. I'm not here to even make a case for all the women in general. No, it's not that all women are innocent, and at the same time it's not that all men are innocent. The division that okay, men can do this and women cannot do this, and women can do this and men cannot do this, is quite flawed. It is so particular, it depends person to person. So there are people who can articulate my case better than me, and so they are my friends. They generally write my emails if I have to get a thing done. So there are some people who are very good at articulating, they always write my mails, and I am very good at giving advices, so I end up giving them advices. And in the same way, I also have a friend who gives really good advice, so I ask advice from her. So at times there are people who can help you out financially when you are in need, so good. And if you can return their money, that you have to do, but besides that, if you can help them in a particular way, then you have to do that, right? So it depends person to person, your strength and weaknesses differ. That's one reason that when there's hiring, people look for the people who are team players. Because if you're a team player, you understand that not everybody is uniform, they don't have the same kind of strength and they don't have the same kind of weaknesses, so you can play along, right? So if you are in a team of 10 people, 10 people have different good qualities, their strengths, and different weaknesses, and that is fine. Some of them can be men, and some of them can be women, some of them can be even transgender, some of them can be lesbian, and some of them can be gay. Okay, so if you do not have a heterogeneous society, you need to make a heterogeneous society. If people don't have equal rights, you need to fight for equal rights. But creating such kind of binaries, men and women, as if transgenders don't exist, as if lesbians and gays don't exist, you do not come to a right conclusion by making such kind of binaries. Okay, that's all from me. Signing off, Surya Menon. And in case you want my perspective on something, write to me and I'll try to make a video on that. I read a lot, that's one of my strengths, and of course I empathize a lot. Bye bye, take care till my next video.